my ride and die supporters. How are you this morning? I pray you all up in your glory. It is Tuesday. Giving God thanks for another day. A day which we all never seen before. Giving him thanks. Thanking God. I thought I'll just stop by him as I get in this morning to work to greet you all this morning. I pray you all are doing well. I pray you all are doing well. And my baby's coming to school now. Look at them with their mom. They so cute. But anyway, y'all, I just wanted to just come in briefly and talk about some things while I got a little time out here this morning. Just talk about some things with you this morning. Oh, let me take these off. Oh my God, I'm a hot mess. But anyway, um, I know a lot of stuff is going viral ever since the death of Kevin Samuels, and a lot of men are angry about Pastor Jamal's well, they're angry about what he preached on that Mother's Day. And I'm going to say this. He did come back to apologize if he offended the grieving his those who were grieving at this time. But I don't have a problem with his message because everything he said was true. More true than Kevin Samuels, because Kevin Samuels' truth wasn't revealed until he died, not as he lived. And so a lot of times when people die, your story's going to unfold and your eulogy speaks for itself of the damages that you may have caused in the end. It's never how your life begins, it's how it ends. And I keep saying God is the author and the finisher of your life. It's not how you live. I mean, it's not how you die. I mean, it's not how you live, it's how you die. Sorry. It's not how you live, but how you die. I've seen people making comments that, you know, oh, Jamal didn't have any right to say that, or blase, blase. He had every right to say that because it was for the right season. It's a lot of men out there who are not taking responsibility for anything, of their taking responsibility of what God called them to do. Let's put it that way. Stop trying to get the woman to always be taking the fault for everything. Some of the reason why some of these women may have ended up the way they have is because of some man who deceived them or misled their heart. See, is missing that. God is not pleased with what's been going on in the community, especially as with the black man. They always want to come and say the black woman is not doing enough. And the black woman is doing more than enough. More than enough. Why you think the churches are more filled with black women than men? Why? And all this stuff about Jamal Bryant being a poverty pimp. Jamal Bryant is far from being a pulpit poverty pimp. Okay? He's far from that. Y'all need to check the story of Christ and how he called his disciples. He did not bring his followers men that were from the level of life where some of these men are. Because, see, the whole thing with Christ is he was bringing some people out of the poverty of their spirit and of their brokenness. And he even had to call these strong men, these men that had very influential lives. These men that his disciples, if you look, Jesus, even his own brothers followed him and his disciples. I don't know if you know his brothers, but if you read his story, one of his brothers, I believe, name was James. But I'm going to pick up on the story later because I got to get in here to work. But I just wanted to just come and say this about these black men who are attacking Jamal Bryant and his ministry and the work that God called him out to do, that he's been doing the work. This ain't something Jamal, he didn't start off on no street corner, and he didn't come to find God when he got in trouble and went to jail, and then that's when he found the Lord. He found God long before that. Before he even knew he was coming to this world, God already had him raised up from a prominent life. He has his faults, and of course he's going to have his faults, because guess what? He's walking in authority. He's walking above and not beneath. He's not only just a minister, but he's also a businessman. And he's been that long before he became a pastor at New Birth Missionary Baptist Church. He's been on this road for a long time, y'all. So stop listening to these broke, poverty in spirit men that went to jail, came out, they think they found God, they mad at Jamal. Jamal, it ain't got nothing to do with your brokenness in your life and the life that was given to you when you was born, but you could come out of your poverty. You can come out of your poverty and walk with the word with God is called you to do. Don't worry about Jamal. God got Jamal. Okay. But I believe he preached the right sermon for the right season. To lift you up. And these men out here, they so angry, they going after the woman that call themselves divest. Let me tell you about those divest women. They're fed up. They're tired. And why should they have to drop a standard to be with you, when all you trying to do is just take them to the gutter? You ain't trying to take them to the level of life where they want to live at a highest, on their level. But I got to get in here to work, so I can't go too deep into this, because if I do, it's a lot to say. And I don't have enough time right now, as I'm trying to get to work, to say all that, because I have to go out and run and do some things. So I had to come back here to get some paperwork so I could get out on the road or whatever, to take care of the business that I got to go take care of for the day. But I just want y'all to know, don't listen to these poverty pimps on YouTube, okay? Don't listen to these broken men and a broken spirit coming for the man of God, a man who's walking in authority, a man who's doing the work that God called him to do, and ain't making his time here idle and causing confusion and destruction. I'm going to get into that, and we're going to get into it, and we're going to get into it with scripture. Because sometimes when I have to point out things to people, you have to bring it with the scriptures to let people know how God is speaking to them. Okay, so anyway, let me get out of here. So you all have a blessed and wonderful Tuesday, and if God's willing, I will be back with you later on. Be safe. Peace.